Hello, friends. It says I'm live. I'm live. Hello. Welcome to another Saturday live stream. How are we? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. I am in a dress and I'm feel very good today. It's a bad hair day because my hair is being fluffy and weird, but it's a good dress day. Even though it's not like nice enough outside. I don't know why I'm saying this. Hello, welcome to my stream. Welcome to my NaNoWriMo stream, Camp Nano stream. We're here to get some words in, some work done, whatever we end up doing. I'm also eating chips because I can. We're here. It's going to be a fun time. All right. Well, what am I working on today? That's a great question. I have two projects, as you guys know, because I've been working on two different projects. This is just my stack of stuff that I carry around my house now. When I leave my office to work on things, I'm like, I need all of this, so I just carry it with me. I have my Project Dark and Project Dream. No, Project Dream and Project Dragon. Too many D's. I need to get away from the D words. These two. I might work on Project Dragon. I'm kind of in the mood, maybe possibly, to do another character interview with that one, or I can do a little bit of planning with Project Dream and continue my reread, because I am currently just about into Act 3. My reread, which is nice. What are you guys working on today? Let me know. Tell me, tell me. I also have some books next to me that I'm excited to read. And I have leftover pizza because I'm hungry. But yes, what are we all doing today? What are we working on? My little timer in the corner has only been going for 17 seconds. Please tell me you heard all that from before. Because damn. Whoa. Hell yeah. New phones are the best. I love to see it. But yes. Hello, Emma. Woohoo! A work in progress fantasy novel. Are you drafting? Are you planning? What stage are you at? And what kind of a fantasy novel? Because if you know me at all, I love me some fantasy. I'm very excited. Both of mine are also fantasy. The Project Dream is a middle grade urban fantasy, and the Project Dragon is an adult high fantasy. So, like, two spectrums, just at the end of each. It's great. It's a good time. Yeah, I don't really know what I'm gonna work on today. I don't know. Project Dream needs, like, I need to sit down with my Scrivener and, like, write down what happens in every chapter, because I'm at the point where I need to see, like, a big map of, like, what happens as we go through, because I'm going back in and I'm inserting some scenes and I need to decide, like, what scenes need to have more information. I'm, like, re-smoothing out the information in the story. So I need to see it all like, in a big map form so I can decide where best is to put the new scenes. But that's going to take a lot of work. And I don't know if I'm into that today. But first draft. Oh, we love to see it. Oh, I love it. A new adult fantasy? Yes, please. All of that. I guess mine could be considered new adult fantasy. My high fantasy Project Dragon, because my main character is like in her 20s. And like the whole team is basically in their 20s except for one. She's in her like late 30s, early 40s. Just a dabbling of ages. Anyways, my friends, we're here. We might as well jump into a warm-up sprint. Let me get my timer sorted. Timer sorted. D20. Let's see what happens. Aha! Are we okay with a 12-minute warm-up sprint, my friends? Is that an okay time? 12 minutes? Are we good with a warm-up sprint for 12 minutes? That is very far away. Let's zoom that in. I'm good with a 12-minute sprint. All right. We got a yes. We got a yes. All right, my friends. First sprint. Let's do it. I'll see you on the other side. All right. Excuse me, but first sprint done, my friends. Little warm-up sprint. How did we do? I'm sitting here. I got through another chapter, Project Dream reread, which is a good time. I think this is probably what I'll be working on for the rest of it, but I'm not entirely sure. I just have this little bit left, so it should go really fast, considering that I read literally all of Act 2 in like 3 hours at my desk, which is crazy. Crazy, but that's all right. But yeah, how did you guys do? How's everything going so far? It got suddenly a little bit cold in here, so I might go grab a sweater at the next sprint, but that's all right. Uh, 210. Amazing job, Sarah. That's awesome. 210 more words in 12 minutes. Killing a game. Love to see it. All right. Emma also got about 200 words. We love to see it, you guys. A good little warm up. I love it. Is everybody here working on NaNoWriMo? Camp NaNoWriMo? Is that what you're doing? I know that Sarah is, and I believe Emma, you are as well. I think that's what you said, or just working on your work in progress. Are you working for? Do you have a specific goal, you guys, for Camp NaNoWriMo this month? Mine is to revise Project Dream and get into the 4th draft and to have a solid plot for Project Dragon by the end of the month, which hopefully will happen. Yep. Yes, doing camp. I love it. But yeah, what are your guys' goals? Because I know camp is a little bit different from regular Nano, right? Because we have the like you can set your own goals, which is so nice because then you can also do other things other than just like writing, like fast drafting, which is great because if you're anything like me and you're not in that stage, it's hard to quantify something for something like NaNoWriMo. But just having those goals, like the plot, outline, and the revised going into draft 4 for Project Dream. I don't know how much exactly will be changing and how much of a rewrite it'll be. I'm thinking about it. But thinking about just there's going to be new scenes added, and I'm going to have to shrink a few scenes, and it'll be like deciding what kind of like the information that's learned earlier on in the story, and then how that like trickle down effect works through the rest of it. So, it's a time. It's a time. $15K, we love to see it. Small goal 10K. Yeah, I mean, April's usually an interesting month work-wise, so I totally get that. I totally get that. I love it though. 10K, easy peasy. Love to see it. All right. Well, are we down to start another sprint, my friends? Shall we let the D20 decide? Let's see what we roll. If it's below 10, if it's below 12, I'll roll twice. Well, plus it'll be 17 minutes. Do we want to do that? Or do we want to do something a little longer? What would we like to do for the second sprint? We can do 17 minutes, let the day 20 decide, or we can do something longer if one of you guys has a time. Hello. We got three more sprints to go. I do believe you're right at the beginning. We just finished our first sprint and we're diving into our second. 17 minutes. 17 minutes works for everybody. So I'm going to pop up the second sprint banner. We're going to share my screen. Ba-dum-bum-ba, da, da. Share. And we're going to go for 17 minutes. As the D20 has decided. All right, my friends. I will see you on the other side. Good luck. All right, my friends, that is the end of our second sprint. How are we all doing? I went and got a sweater because it's cold in my house now. In my office and it's chilly, but that's okay. How did we all do? How are we all doing? I am now a few more chapters in, and I've decided another piece of information, another element of the story that I needed to decide, which is awesome. Love when that happens. I'm basically making, like, the moment of the third act, they need to stop, like, asking so many questions, like the kids need to know more. And it can't be like, what's going on, what's happening. It has to be like, all right, like, we know what's happening, we know who's doing it, but like, how do we do this? What do we do next, right? So it's just a piece of information, like a decision that needs to be made, which I now know. And now I'm rereading a part of the story that I absolutely love. I love tropes where books like take a chapter from another character's perspective, where they're telling a story and the whole chapter is the story instead of like the kids witnessing the story. I have one of those in here and I love it so much because it like gives them a lot of information all at once, which is awesome. Oh yes. I mean, that's fine. That's also work, right? You're getting yourself organized again. But yes, that's what I'm working on. Project Dream is coming along. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I need to kind of do like a master list of like what is happening in the forest and who's causing it and all this information that is about the forest, and then do another list that's like, what do the kids know and when do they learn that? Which is probably going to help me a lot if I do that list. It's just more work to do. Every time I think about this, like going into draft 4, I'm like, there's a lot more work to do. And that makes me tired but excited at the same time, because there's really always more work to do with your stories, isn't there? Always more work to do. Which is totally fine. I'm fine with it. It just sometimes I wish things would just happen and be totally fine. And then and then I can go into line edits because I would like to do that to make my writing even better, but that's okay for now. But yeah, how did you guys do that sprint? How's your work going? Tell me in the comments. I also have my music playing slightly in the background. It's my Dragons playlist, which is literally just the soundtrack from Brave, from How to Train Your Dragon, and The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. It's just all of those soundtracks in one, and it's the best because it just makes me so productive. Hey, that's fine. Food is very important, but I'm glad you got in the flow. I'm glad you did. I realized that putting my streams at like 3:00 p.m. my time is gonna make it either really late for everybody else, but it's one of the better times of the day that works for me at least. We're gonna try it out for the month of April. The streams at 3:00 and see how they work. But it does allow me to do more during the day on Saturdays and then just be home in the afternoon, evening. Anyways, that's that. But yes, are we? What time is it? 3:45. Wow. All right, not even an hour in yet. But we're getting close. Let's see. How much have we sprinted for today? We sprinted for about a half hour so far. So let's roll a d20. Hello, Tessa. Welcome. We're going to roll another d20 for the third sprint, and we're going to hopefully get it somewhere above 20 minutes. So we'll see how the D20 tells us to do. That's 6. That's 10. That's 16 minutes. Let's roll it once more and see. Oh boy, yeah. 7. That brings us to 23 minutes. How are we with a 23-minute sprint for this next go around as we dive into sprint number 3 here? How does that sound, my friends? 23 minutes? Or do we want to go for something a little bit longer? It's up to you guys. I'm good with anything. We got a thumbs up from one of y'all. I love it. Good with 23 minutes? I think I'm good with 23 minutes. Let's share my timer again. And we will, nope, up to 2. There we go. 23 minutes. 23 minutes, my friends, for our 3rd sprint of the day. I mean, at this rate, we might be able to fit in 5 sprints. Who knows before I end it at around 5? Because I do have... Are we playing bingo today? Probably. My parents bought like so many bingo tickets, even though the bingo that we have here, if you guys are curious, the big jackpot was won last week. So I don't know what the jackpot's gonna be this week, but my parents said like pre-bought well into May. So I assume that they're gonna have me play bingo with them again. But anyways, I'm just rambling now. Let's sprint. right. That is the end of that. Hello, friends. We're back. Hello, Lucy. Welcome, welcome. How did we do that sprint? I am 20 pages further, I guess, in my reread. It's quite quick and easy to reread when you're not actually doing a lot of editing. You're just making notes on stuff. It's quite fast, which is nice. But yes, how are you all doing in your work? How are you doing? How's everything going? How was that sprint for you? Valid. Totally valid. You too. It's very distracting. So is the chocolate bowl that I have next to me. This is all that's left of my Easter chocolate that I got. 2 bags of mini eggs that were this big, and one of those like caramel M&M bags, and I have like nothing left. I have been eating way too much of that. Nice. We love to hear it. Love to hear it. Get it on your social media all straightened out. It's a good time. It's a good time. Ow. Also valid. Still, you got like 200 words. You love to see it. What are you working on, Tessa? What are you working on in this lovely sprint? Or in this lovely stream? Are you also working on Camp NaNoWriMo stuff? Or are you still working on school stuff? Or Lucy, what are you working on as well since you're here? I don't know if you guys can hear my Google, but I just started playing Dragon Training from How to Train Your Dragon. And it's such a good song. And before, a few minutes ago, I was playing Test Flight, which is the best song on that entire thing. Woohoo! We love to see it. Oh my god, that's so exciting. That's so exciting. I love to see it. Yes. Chocolate is the best. I love chocolate and I eat way too much of it, but that's okay. It's fine. It's all good. Anyways, I don't really know what to ask you guys about. I feel like we have such a little time between this just sprint thingies. We're gonna random stories, so I don't really know what it is. Hey, that's awesome. Just let yourself kind of discover the story. That's really fun. I haven't done that in a long, long, long time because I'm the kind of person who needs a very strict outline, or at least I need to know what's coming next so that I always have somewhere to write to. So I know that I got to get to this next part, which is great because if I'm zero drafting and I'm in a scene and I don't really know how that scene's going to go, I literally just write like a parentheses to myself, like something needs to go here that goes on these lines, or like I'll describe the scene that I kind of want to do, but if it's not working, I'll just do that and leave it in like brackets and then go to the next scene. I always need an outline for myself, but it has been so long since my characters in my story have been like, no, you're wrong. We're going this way instead, and completely have just taken me on a new path. But that's okay. I like having strict story ready for myself. Now that I know a lot about like story structure, and I've studied story structure in books, and I've like so much so that I read books and find the like pinch points all the way through. And I like ruin the surprise for myself because I know what's coming. I'm like, it's okay, this at 75% mark is be the darkest moment. Get ready for some emotion. And then I'm like, oh, well, I ruined it for myself. Oh, we love to see it. Back to drafting. All right, someone else. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that works, right? It's the joy of writing that gets you through. which is awesome. Yeah, that's actually a good question. What are the rest of you like? Are you guys a strict planner, a strict pantser, in somewhere in the middle? Tell me how you write your stories, how you plan your stories, how you go about stuff. I am a actually there was this fun kind of like chaotic, lawful, chaotic, and neutral, or lawful, neutral, and chaotic grid that was up on Twitter the other day that I looked at. Yeah, so it's the lawful pantser, the neutral pantser, the chaotic pantser, lawful planter, true planter, chaotic planter, or lawful plotter, neutral plotter, chaotic plotter, kind of like that. And I am most definitely a lawful plotter. Has detailed character bios, multi-page outline organized by scene or chapter, probably knows what their color socks and their main characters wear on Tuesdays. Yes. Yes to all of that. I like to have a lot of information before I go into things. A loose plan, increasing the amount of planning over. Yeah. I think once we get further and further into our experience in writing, our experience writing changes, and it's always good to do that. And it's always good to know at least kind of how much you need going into a story before you go into a story. It's a good time. It's a good time. Yeah, I love that. You guys should follow me on Twitter if you want to go look at that, because I did quote retweeted with my answer, and it was like 2 tweets ago, so it's there. And all my socials are in the description below if you so desire. But yeah, that's what's up with that. Anyways, I enjoy knowing what you guys do and what your processes are. Because I know, like, if you're working with fantasy worlds, a lot of people sometimes will world build until the ends of the earth before they dive in. And some people, like myself, won't. They'll just go with story and then kind of like have a general idea in their head, which I'm changing going into Project Dragon. I want enough of a world built that and characters like figured out, because both of those I'm going to try and have them influence my story. So I don't really have, like, I have a broad idea of a story, and I know like one of the problems that's happening in the world that has to be like uncovered eventually. Like, it's going to show up as some kind of problem, but then it's going to be like a much bigger problem by the end of it, you know, those standard good problem stories. And I know like things that are going to happen like right at the beginning, and an event that happens in the middle, but like I don't know anything else. So it's going to be my first attempt at letting my characters decide the plot, which is really fun. um, yeah, I mean, sometimes discovering your story is the best way to do it. It's like when I was doing my character interview for Maeve, who is my main character in Project Dragon. I have discovered a lot about her that I didn't know, and a lot about the story that I'm like, wow, this could be really good to add into the story. So that's like the best thing, is just letting yourself discover and all that kind of stuff. So it's great. Yeah. I mean, that's perfect, because then you know the beats that are coming up, or at least you have a clear end goal to get to. That's one thing that I always need, is an ending. I need an ending before I go into it. Otherwise, things will happen like with Project Dream Book 2 that I tried to draft for NaNoWriMo last year. I got to Act 3 because I had plotted it up to Act 3, and like I knew the final image. I just didn't know Act 3. And I got to the end of it and I was like, I don't know how to go any further. And I had already hit the 50K for Nano, so I decided to just not. I decided to just stop writing it. So it's just one of those things that I need an ending to get me to the end, which is always nice. But anyways, friends, let's dive into another sprint here. Well, while it is 4:20, we'll see how long of a sprint we can do. Depending on this sprint, we might be able to fit in an unwind sprint at the very end. Who knows? Because it is only 4:20. All right, 16 plus 5 is 21. So we can either do 21 minutes or 27 minutes. 21 minutes or 27 minutes. What would you guys like to do for this next sprint? 21 or 27? All right, we got 2 votes for 27 minutes. 27 minutes is good. I'm down with that. 27 minutes. A nice long sprint. Probably will take us to the end of this stream. So that works for me. But all right, friends, I will see you on the other end. Enjoy. All right. That is the end of that. How are we all? How did we do? I think that is also where we're going to end the stream, my friends, because it is 10 minutes to 5. So it's right about the 2-hour mark. And Force Prince is usually pretty good. It's usually pretty good. I am so close to being done my reread. I have literally not even 10 pages left, which is awesome because that means next step is breaking down what happens in each chapter, deciding where new scenes are going to go, what kind of information trickling down is going to happen that needs to be fixed a little bit. It's a good time. And we get back into actually writing this book. Draft 4. Here we come. Yeah, but how are you guys doing? How did you feel? Good work done in this stream. How are you feeling? I hope you're all enjoying it, NaNoWriMo. So far, Camp NaNoWriMo. Enjoying this month so far. I hope you're all doing well as we go into the second week of April, which is crazy. Second week of April? This year is going by so fast. Wonderful. I'm so glad that it was helpful. 500 words. Incredible job, Tessa. That's amazing. I love to see it. That's fine. Vibing is fine too. I wrote an email and wrote 144 words. Nice. We love to see it. We love to see words being written. All right, my friends. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me for this afternoon on this Saturday. I hope you're all enjoying yourselves. I hope you all have a great rest of your Saturday and into your Sunday. And I will catch you guys at another live stream next weekend, same time, same place. And in more videos, of course, because I'm always posting videos. All right, my friends. Thanks so much, and I'll see you soon.